Black Box focuses on an 11-year-old girl, Selin, who's a violin student in the conservatory. And it focuses on her, and we see her trying to survive by herself in the chaotic atmosphere of Istanbul. And we slowly figure out what she's going through. And as she's preparing also for the final exams, and as the exam date approaches, we learn that the burden on her shoulders is bigger than what we actually thought. That's basically the story. When I wrote the script, I always knew I was going to work with a child actor. And you know how hard it is to work with children. You know, they say it's the children and the animals that are the hardest to work with. And the professional child actor scene is not really ideal in the way I see it, because it's usually children who are like very cute, you know, perfect for commercials, or they are overacting or not acting at all, which can make everything look amateur. So I didn't really want to work with a professional child actor. And I was actually doing some research in the conservatory, and one of the teachers was kind enough to open her classes to me. And violin classes, they're usually one-on-one. So I was just sitting in her class the whole day, and the students would, you know, come and go. And the character I wrote, her name was Selin, and you know, like, so one day I'm sitting in the class, and you know, one student is late for the class, and someone just knocks on the door, and I see this little head popping out from the door saying, "Oh, sorry, I'm a bit late." And the teacher's like, "Ah, Selin, just come on in." She walks in. Her name is already Selin, and she looks exactly like what I imagined my character would be. I mean, not physically, but in terms of the expression on her face. So I was mesmerized. I was also lucky that she came there today with her mother. And it was actually her mother who said, you know, you can. I asked her if I can just like take some videos of her while practicing. She's like, yeah. And she was actually the one who suggested, you know, if you're actually looking for an actress, you know, Selin is really interested in acting. And I thought maybe not, because it may be a bit hard, you know, like it doesn't mean just because you look like the character doesn't mean you can act it. But after looking at some other options, I thought she was really good. So I know this acting coach. So I approached her saying, look, there's this kid, you know, I want to see if she can do it. So they met, they did practices a little bit, and then the coach told me, John, like, she's perfect, she can do it. And we worked like a month with her, and a couple of classes. And then she had to go, like, and then the summer came, and she had to go to the mountains with her family. So we didn't see her for like 2 months. And I was really worried because she was like up in the mountains, no cell phone, no reception, etc. So she came back, and it turned out she actually did her studies while she was away, and we started shooting, and she, I think, did a really good job. That was actually the part she was playing when I was in the class, the part she's playing throughout the movie. And so yeah, I got really lucky, and I wish we had more shooting days because she was doing a really brilliant job on the last day of shooting. So. No one had really asked me about what happened with the exam, or like had a guess about it. So thank you. I think it's a real ending rather than a good or a bad ending, because for me it's all about her just postponing the actual facing of the situation. And the biggest excuse that she has, or the biggest thing that makes her stops her from facing it, is the exam itself. Because maybe if she faces the situation and tells someone, or someone intervenes, they're going to take her away and she's not going to be able to take the exam. Or maybe if she doesn't postpone that feeling, she's not going to be able to concentrate on the exam, or so on. So in the end, yes, she does a good job at the exam, but that's exactly the moment when she's mature enough, or she's ready enough to face the situation at home, which is probably a bigger exam, like the exam of her life. So to come back to the question, I don't think it's a good or a bad ending. It's the end of that phase for me. Yeah, it's the first time for me in Hania, and I actually had the chance to see it today. Yesterday I arrived a bit late. I think I love it. It's like very cute, very small. I mean, coming from Istanbul, I always love places where you can actually walk the whole city, if you know what I mean. And Hania is a place like that. I'm actually a bit unlucky about the weather this time, but it gives you a different face of it. And I always love going to places like summer places in autumn or in the spring. It makes you face the real people and the real character of the place, and I love it so far. Today there was the parade, so it was the national celebration, and it was a very big thing. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be that big, so it just gave me a different approach to the city and the people. It's great to be here. I have 2 more days, so I'm pretty excited to see the rest of it.